Good.
He is here.
There he is.
How you going?
Speak of the devil.
How's that, Susan? Huh? How's Susan? She's better. She's better. She's not quite there. She's getting there. Hey, let's see. She had COVID.
Who?
My wife.
Really?
Yeah. So, yeah. No, she's over it. She's not that anymore. So. Good.
Okay, let's call the March 8th, 2022 General Committee meeting to order. We'll go around the room and make sure that everybody is noted who they are. Mr. Hayes, do you know who you are?
Jonathan Hayes, I'm the alderman from Ward 5 here in Hendersonville.
Steve Warfield with MG2 architectural firm for Cusco.
John Harder, Principal of Atlantic Traffic and Design Engineering for Costco.
Miller, AEC, civil engineer for Costco.
Mayor Jamie Clary.
And I'm Eric Brand, Director of Real Estate Development for Costco.
Jesse Acknoff, Chief of Operations for the City of Hendersonville.
Keith Free, Planning Director, City of Hendersonville.
Jim Waters, Alderman, Ward 6.
Put you on.
Thank you for being here, sir.
You were watching my back.
Truly.
Steve Brown, Ward 4 Alderman and Chairman of the committee. We have a very short list tonight that I think will probably be a short list, so we'll accept the agenda.
So move.
Second, all in favor? Minutes from last meeting.
So moved.
So move. Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Ordinance resolutions, resolution 2022-14, a resolution to approve the Glenbrook South Final Development Plan, Costco, and to be a list, add to the list of permitted uses, and I'm not going to read all those. Doors up.
All right. Thank you, Chairman Brown. Do you
Would
want
you
me to?
like to go?
Yeah, I can kind of kick it off, and we have representatives of Costco that are here this evening as well, and they kind of can share anything they want to, and they're here to answer any questions as well. What's going on with this is that this is Glenbrook South, and everybody's probably familiar with where it's located. It's just right across from the Hendersonville Hospital, off of New Shackle and Forest Retreat Road. It's about a 42-acre site. The acreage that Costco is looking to develop is to the rear of this property. The front half is going to be retained by the Hendersonville Hospital for an unknown use at this time, but we have some uses and things that they have available on that frontage of that property. And so one of the things that we have is, with this being we had the preliminary development plan was an old plan that we had, and then this is a final development plan, which is in substantial compliance with the original preliminary development plan. But we got to change some uses and things around, because the uses that were approved on this entire site, most of the retail and retail trade related uses were just on the front of the property, not on the rear. And the rear is where Costco is looking to go. I think it's the majority of the property. I think it's maybe 24 acres or so. And then there's an 18-acre remaining tract that'll be undeveloped at the front. And so what we're looking at is the Planning Commission's already looked at this and recommended approval with some minor changes to the uses to be added. And then that comes before the General Committee. And then tonight, actually, it's going directly to full BOMA. And where that's at in the process, because a lot of people are probably curious, hey, does this mean everything's approved? It's the first step in everything being approved. So to put it kind of in a basic terms, this is setting the stage that the plan development gets finalized. And then also the use of retail wholesale trade, like what Costco uses, would use, that's an allowed use on this track that they're looking at. The next step would be, and we're working with them on this already, is for them to submit a site plan once all this is approved. And then once they get a site plan, then they can move forward with actual detailed building plans, getting permits, and construction. So that's kind of where we're at in that process. And I can answer any questions, and we have several professionals here from Costco that would be more than happy to answer any questions as well.
We'll just give them the floor.
That sounds good. I bet that'll help us.
Create your own questions and give us the answers. How about that?
You can just give like a brief overview.
All I can
of
say,
kind of what you're
Mr.
talking about.
Chairman, is calls I've got, the emails I've got, the people I've talked to, this is the greatest thing since white bread, and I can't hardly wait to see it develop.
I listened in on the planning commission, and I saw that was unanimous. That was great. I feel like y'all answered a lot of the questions. I do have a few questions, but I don't want to steal your thunder.
So go ahead and ask questions and
He's wanting somebody to lead him in.
Okay, all right.
And I have shared with them that there's really,
Yeah.
there's no need for them to necessarily do a full presentation or anything,
Right.
but just to kind of be available to answer any specific questions.
Approximately, where do you see the gas pumps being based on this
oh,
drawing?
this is the gas pumps
Right there, gotcha. And then out of these, which position is this? Is this
So this would be facing south. So
Facing the
along,
hospital.
facing the hospital?
yeah,
Okay. All right,
and this is facing east
right here.
of this, no.
Okay,
this is south.
and then this is east.
Yep,
All right,
and then this is south towards the highway.
right here.
Yep. And this is west towards the church.
Gotcha.
And as you can see, we're saving all the landscaping along the south and the west, in fact, adding some landscaping to both sides. And we're also doing, landscaping along. This is kind of a crest of a hill. I think at one point, we're probably parking lots about 20 feet below the
20
street.
feet below the streets.
And I know it'll have some large doors for bringing in bulk items. Will there also be some garages for tires or?
This is the loading dock here facing
Right.
south.
Right,
And then on the east elevation, that's what you see here.
that's what those are. Okay,
And I can, Mr. Chairman, if you want me to, David has a PowerPoint that I have, if you want an image up there, if you do.
Yeah, I
I
can
would
show you
ask,
that.
we're gonna have that tonight at Boma.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be available tonight as
So
well.
there's your, this is the tire center.
If you
Yes.
And all we do is tires.
Yeah.
Just,
no changing oil, no.
nope, just tires, spin balance, rotate, don't even align, so.
Gotcha.
And that's what we tried to get
Proven
some
model.
glazing in, and then we added the metal channels to kind of dress it up to match the front. We worked with Keith and Timothy quite a bit to take, Costco's preference is to do 100% metal warehouse building. We drove here, looked around and said, that's not happening here, but we still like to have some of our elements.
And did y'all come up with a darker orange for that back portion?
We're going to work on it through the
Okay.
site planning part. We have no problem with trying to come up with color. In fact, I think they even suggested some of the same colors we have on
As
the
long
front.
as it's not UT orange.
Mhm.
As long as it's not UT orange.
When you say glazing, you're just talking about the shinier brick and or the brick.
Yeah,
glazing
or glass.
is-
It's
And
windows.
what we
that's the
tried to do
glass.
too, because, and we did this by mistake in a building, if you see these panels here,
Yes, sir.
they were gonna have glass in them in one building, and we didn't order the glass, they didn't come in time. And then
You
everybody
realize
said,
it
we like
looks
you better, and they don't get dirty, because the problem with the glass panels, they get dirty, and it was driving the managers crazy, so we tied that into that same look into above the tire center.
Yes.
Well, it's facing this way, so obviously with no glass, the rain will come through rather than sitting there. And then we also did it. Can't see it quite as good, but we did what we call eyebrows.
Yeah. Go to
Along
the
the other,
next one up, David.
along the other side to have the same metal panels.
Up one more. Wrong way.
That front elevation.
There you go.
Yeah, right there. That's perfect. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Dave.
We think we'll be open June of next year.
Yeah.
So,
And I might mention that actually, we've been working with Costco for maybe 7 or 8 months.
Yeah.
And so this elevation that you're seeing that's up on the screen and that the planning commission has recommended, this was not what initially was started, but that they did work with the staff over the last several months prior to us going to the planning commission on this elevation. This really doesn't exist. I think this doesn't exist anywhere else
No.
with Costco, and it is quite a bit different. It is a big box, but it's quite a bit different than what they typically do. But one of the things that they recognize is that the Hendersonville standards and the Hendersonville expectation, they knew that coming in, that was a little bit higher. as far as what our expectation was. And they made a lot of adjustments and then a lot of different things that they did on maintaining some of the trees and the stand of trees that are there and some additional landscaping that they did, kind of went above what they had to, but they wanted to do that, working with staff, working with the planning commission to create the best product that they could.
Mr. Moore.
You know where the hospital will be across the street? That's where the light's gonna be, right?
Correct.
I'm sure that's gonna be the entrance and exit to the property.
Yeah, that's it.
Tell me exactly where you're gonna be. Are you gonna be right there at the gate? Are you gonna be right straight in the back of the field? Are you gonna be to the right? Are you gonna be to the left of that?
We're in the kind of I guess I would call it the north, the building is in the northwest corner of the entire.
Where are they gonna
property.
be though? That's what I'm asking.
Phase
The
one.
traffic signal will be there and they'll come up, traffic signal's there and this leads right
Jim's
into the
where the
entrance.
building,
to
where's the building at?
Show
The
them.
building's up there in the corner. There you go.
That's it.
So you're gonna be left to the entrance and exit of the property?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
backed up as close to the highway as we can because there's green.
That's the lady that called me today, because she knew more about that than I did, because she lives on Overlook, which is right across the street.
Yep.
That was her biggest problem. I mean, she wasn't against it.
Well, and
And I said, I thought it was gonna be right in the center of the property at the very back. She knew more than I did, because that's exactly what she said.
And the good news is the elevation of the road where Overlook is,
Overlook, yeah.
is about 20 feet higher. And we do have some pretty significant landscaping. So you're looking across and not straight at it, or if it was higher, it would be worse. Lower. And the other issues we had is when we flipped the building before, then the gas naturally wanted to go over to that corner. And I think Keith and his staff really didn't want the gas over there, so.
Felt like the location of moving the gas pumps near that corner really would infringe on that residential character over there. I know this is commercial right there, still in the corner, but a well landscaped parking lot that was below grade of the street. A better location where this gas pumps are than if it was on that whole west side.
Would the fuel station be to the left?
It's to the right. If you
To the
can,
right?
if you can point that out to Julie.
To the left.
Those
Yeah.
are fuel right there.
Yeah, that's it.
Going down at the entrance?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And you mentioned earlier about vehicle service, and stuff like that.
No, we just do, we sell tires,
Just tires.
we mount them, we spin balance them, we'll rotate them.
No
That's
oil
it.
change, that's my,
Nope.
good.
And that's on the east. Julie, if you want to point out that. Yeah.
So you
Good reach.
You need to be another foot taller, you make, that's okay, thank you.
You good?
Good, thank
You good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm very good.
you. I'll make a motion. Are you good?
I'll second it.
We have a motion to approve. I would tell you before we vote on it that you're probably gonna get approved here, and I would guess in the other room tonight. So anything that we can help Keith's folks in planning back there to help you expedite, because a lot of folks, I have to say, I've never been to Costco in my life.
I'll say,
I haven't either.
I don't go to Sam's or Walmart much either, so.
there you go. All right. We'll
We'll
take
go to
that.
the local corner store, but my wife is thoroughly happy to hear that you may be coming located there, so.
I get to go to
With that being
this.
said, all in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? That would be no. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
The only reason I'm going to this is because you're 2 blocks away from where I live.
Well, you can come in, have lunch. We still have our
That's right.
$1.50 hot dog and soda combination.
I'll just give me a few more years, I'll come in and ask for a job.
So Keith, tonight's
Yes.
meeting at
I make a motion
7,
to adjourn.
kind of like it was
Second.
last week. You guys.
Yes.
are
Adjourned.
most of the presentation.
Thank you.